A concussion is defined as a temporary unconsciousness caused by a blow to the head. The term is also used loosely of the after effects, such as confusion or temporary incapacity. Concussions are changing the way sports are played. Years ago, it used to be when you got a headache, you were told to suck it up and go back out and play. Nowadays, if you get a headache and report it, you have to go through a process of medical evaluations that may take up to many weeks. Concussions have a wide array of effects, are changing the way sports are played, and impacts a huge part of Americans' lives. Sports. You may be wondering what are concussions, symptoms, and effects, and what the recovery methods are. Well, according to what you need to know, symptoms of a concussion, the effects of concussions are numerous and vary. They include headaches that don't go away, ringing ears, difficulty remembering things, slowness in thinking, feeling tired all the time, changes in your sleep patterns, lightheadedness, dizziness, or loss of balance, increased sensitivity to light, sounds, or distractions. Basically, the only way to recover from a concussion is time and rest. But to help yourself recover faster, avoid loud noises, watching TV, playing video games. Also, avoid doing strenuous thinking until all symptoms are gone for at least 1 week. Concussions are changing the way sports are played. One way is the Lyseth Law. According to heightened awareness of concussions changing culture of high school sports, around May 2009, Washington enacted the toughest concussion law in the country. It requires young athletes suspected of having a concussion to receive medical clearance before returning to action. It stipulates that only licensed healthcare providers can make return-to-play decisions. Zach Lyseth was a high school athlete. He was 16 when he suffered a concussion near the end of the first half of a 2006 October football game. He was removed from the game, but returned for the first play of the third quarter. At the end of the game, he collapsed. His brain had hemorrhaged. He remained in a coma for more than 1 month. He remains paralyzed on the right side of his face and is confined to a wheelchair. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that more than 3.5 million sports-related concussions occur each year in the United States. Concussions were the second most common injury among high school student athletes, behind ankle sprains and strains. Now, most states use the Lyseth Law. The NFL even uses a form of the Lyseth Law. Concussions are changing sports at the major league level too. The NFL concussion protocol has came about in the last couple of seasons. According to National Football League Head, Neck, and Spine Committee protocols regarding return to participation following a concussion, the protocol has 5 steps that goes as follows. Step 1 is rest and recovery. The player is prescribed rest, limiting activities such as electronics and team meetings until cognitive and balance return to baseline. Step 2 is light aerobic exercise. Under oversight of the team's medical staff, the player should begin graduated cardiovascular exercise. If any of the symptoms return, the player is to return to Step 1. Step 3 is continued aerobic exercise and introduction of strength training. The player continues with supervised cardiovascular exercises that are increased and mimic sport-specific activities, with addition of more strength training. Step 4 is football-specific activities. The player may continue conditioning and strength and balance training and participate in non-contact football activities. Step 5 is full football activity and clearance. The team physician may clear the player if the player handles full participation in practice without reoccurrence of the symptoms. This process time varies among players. It can take up to many weeks. Sports are a huge part of American culture. Some people say we just need to get rid of contact sports, but they don't take into the consideration of the economic effects. Each year, the NFL brings in a huge amount of revenue for the cities that host the games. On average, stadiums can hold about 85,000 people, and a lot of them are tourists who will spend their money on the city's businesses, helping the city's economy. Also, if we were to get rid of contact sports, that would create a ton of job losses in a time where we are trying hard to create jobs. Yes, concussions are a problem. I am not saying they are not, but I do not believe we should not get rid of contact sports. There have been many steps in the right directions the past couple of years, from the life law to the new NFL concussion protocol that I touched on. Sports are a big part of our culture and tradition every year. My whole family gathers for the Super Bowl, and if football were to be stopped, it would affect me and thousands of others personally.